Hey everybody, good morning and welcome. My name is Max Kluwer. I'm your host here this morning on the Premier League South Africa. It is race number 4 of our community series in the month of March. It's Tuesday the 23rd of March, proudly brought to you of course by Galileo Infinity Insurance and presented by Garmin Tax. It's been a great month in March, 5 races in March. Remember, we still have one more race at the end of March, so really looking forward to that. My co-host Alistair Cronk will be joining me shortly. He's just upstairs working in the studio with the girls, getting Team Quebeco ready for their ride this morning. Remember, the elite ladies start at 5:35 and the elite men at 5:30 this morning. Let's quickly go across and have a look at the route. So the route this morning going to be quite difficult. Remember, it was the 2018 UCI World Champs route. That, of course, in Innsbruck. The length of the route, there's a 0.2 kilometer lead in. They then go into a 23.6 kilometer loop. You can see the elevation there, 487 meters. So this is a World Championship course. The guys are going to have to work hard on this. This is the Queen stage of our March series, and the guys are really going to have to get at it this morning. You'll see if you look at that profile there on the left-hand side, there's that nice little climb, that Innsbruck King of the Mountain. There's also the sprint at the end as well. It's part of what's called the UCI lap. So going to be quite exciting to see how the guys do today. We've put them to the test this morning, and we're very excited to see how the men and ladies go on this World Championship course. Back to the start line, and we'll have a look at the start line now. You'll see the guys are in the pens. We've got about 6 minutes to go, and they'll start getting it ready. We know that a lot of guys are starting to see that winter is approaching here in South Africa as we go into the month of April. Winter normally starts here in South Africa properly at the beginning of May. April going to be very, very exciting, of course, and maybe what we can do is pull up what's happening in the month of April for you. We've got a little VT there. There it is. Come and race with us. And what's happening in April, we're going back to our roots here on the Premier League South Africa. It's going to be a team time trial. That means teams of 4, 3 to count across the line, across the 4 races in April, the 6th, the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th. We want guys and girls to get familiar with the team time trial because we're looking to possibly bring that team time trial into the African Continental Series hosted by the Premier League South Africa in August later this year. So lots happening in this space, and we'll keep you guys up to speed on that. But make sure that you put that in your diaries. It's happening in the month of August. We're going to be running a Pro, Elite, and Invitational category, and then what we're going to be doing is running a watts per kilogram category as well. The Pro, Elite, and invited guests only category will be a private link which will be sent out to the various teams. They will have to qualify independently on the Premier League South Africa. They'll have to do at least 4 races between now and the 1st of August to qualify for that African Continental Series. So very excited to be talking to the likes of Team Africa Rising. We've seen what's been going on. We've been putting some cool stuff onto the social media. Adrian Nyanshudi, 2-time Olympian from Rwanda, doing some incredible stuff with his Ace Cycling Academy, working very closely with the guys from Africa Rising, and we really are looking forward to having quite a couple of teams join us in the month of August. We're hoping to get 12 teams. Our goal is 12. We're looking at 8 at the moment. Had a chat with Marnie Heymans last week from Namibia. He's very excited about getting involved in this series this year as well, and we definitely know that our Premier League South Africa community is going to get that done as well. So Alistair Cronk is here this morning. He's going to be joining me. Al, good morning. Come say hello. Hello, Al.
Yeah.
All right, so Al joining us in studio. Al, we got just on 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, and the guys are lining up. Like I heard you saying earlier, it is a tough route today. The guys are really going to work. Girls are set up in the studio. I think they're excited and a little bit nervous as well, but it's going to be a good day today.
What's been happening in your world this week in the world of Zwift? I see OJ Borg being out with a new episode. There's some exciting new things happening. Let's talk quickly about some of that stuff.
Obviously, one of the biggest things the guys have been asking for a while is that new Take Me Home feature, which obviously what means is when you're training on Zwift as well, you always had to exit if you wanted to go and do a different ride in another world. Now it takes you back to your home screen. You can then select another route. I think we've actually got a VT on it just now, and then you can carry on. So you don't have to keep exiting. And that was, I saw a lot of banter on beforehand. Guys, please update replicate this, and Zwift have now they've come out with that, which is really cool.
Brilliant. So we'll be showing you a little bit on that feature a little bit later today. Al, important to get onto the start line this morning. We see the men are starting to rack it up. I think that's 81 now at the moment. And it's going to be quite an exciting day. Lots of happening at the front end. Let's quickly go and have a look at the results. Let's go and have a look at the men's results from last week and how they stand at the moment overall in the GC on the teams.
So Ian Els leading with Absolute Motion there last week. Brendan van Eeden, he also just did essays this week. I think he was in the top 10, which is great to see. Bradley Fleming, good to see him back up on the podium. And then obviously Jared van Zerdijn in fourth place. In the men's classification, the teams, it's Absolute Motion still winning with the USC Avengers in second and Ruliers in first place. Ruliers won in third place, but it's still pretty close if you look between second and third. That competition is still close. Absolute Motion, the guys are going to have to do something to pull that team back.
Absolutely. So going to be quite exciting. They really have been on form in the month of March. What we're looking at going forward is a possible adjustment maybe to the points going into sort of April, May, June, just to make it a little bit closer.
Yeah.
What's your thought process there?
Yeah, obviously we want to keep it as competitive as possible, but you also want to reward the guys that are doing well and that sort of thing, and create bonus points. So it gives the guys a reason to why they want to shoot up the road and try and create attacks and that sort of thing. So it's obviously something different, a whole lot of new stuff coming. Like you say, in April, we are going to have the weigh-ins. We're going to be a lot more restricted, obviously, from that point of view with the international standard. So it's going to be a lot more exciting and a lot more fair, put it that way, going forward.
All right, a quick look at the ladies' results from last week and the GCL.
Yeah, Teresa Ralph winning last week with Suzanne Rogers. She was in our studio 2 weeks ago. And then Lauren Cannon, good to see her back from Durban. Supergirls running away with it this month. They are way in the lead. They're the only ones that seem to be able to keep their team top four together. Gala in second, and Quebec, good to know. They've got a full team again happening racing today. So that's going to be interesting to see.
Fantastic. And chatting with Hayden Simpson last week, very excited about getting more ladies onto the platform from the Galileo Risk Infinity Insurance side. So hopefully some news coming your way in the near future on that. And 5 seconds to go, Al.
Yeah, there we go. So the guys, look, I see Hayden there. Our peeps paying today. Thanks, Alice. Yeah, it is definitely, it's going to be a tough one today. It is a hard route. It is a UCI level route. So the guys are going to work today.
All right, so out of the start gate now, we know that this is a tough route. We know that it's the UCI 2018 route in Innsbruck. It's a tough lap, 23.6 kilometers, 200-meter lead-in. Here's the lead-in now as they go onto the route proper. Yeah. Anything that's got the UCI badge behind it, that's got a route name behind it, we know that the guy's going to be put to the task.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. And the guys need to try and hang on for as long, especially if you're not a climber, try and hang on there as long as you can. When the guys hit the climb, try and limit the damage as much as you can. But there's a guy on a mountain bike.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. Well, look, it takes everybody to come ratio, so that's all cool. I mean, and he's still sitting in the front, which scares me.
So look at that, 93 starters in our men's field this morning as they get out there. Sean Mattison from the Team Icarus, and he's getting out there nice and early this morning. He's been quite dominant over the last couple of months as well, and always cool to have him on the platform. Rick Diesel there as well, having a good start to the race. Can be interesting to see how Travis Johnson goes today from Sun City without his shoes.
Yeah, he went on holiday and forgot his shoes. He took everything else but his shoes. And it's also good to see on the right-hand side the different country flags just popping up all over the place. It's really amazing to see, and how the Premier League has been supported by riders from all over the world. Obviously, because of the time difference, a lot of the guys in the States and stuff now, they are sitting at Monday evening still, and the guys on the Far East are already sitting on Tuesday evening. So they're home from work already, and we're just starting our day.
You can see the flag there from Rwanda, and he's having a really good start, and really good to see the Rwandan riders getting onto the platform. More and more of the Africa Rising teams will be getting onto the platform over the next couple of months, courtesy of partners and sponsors making it possible. So very excited to see that happen. And I see we've even got a flag from France this morning in the Netherlands.
France. I see there. Canada was up there as well. Japan there at the moment. So it's really good. Oh, there's Dan Power there. He's sitting in Egypt, but he's an Irishman in Egypt. But anyway, he's just come back from COVID as well. We're bringing him back slowly this month. He was hit quite hard, but it's good to see he's back up in the front again.
And St. Patrick's Day last week, so happy St. Patrick's Day, Dan Power.
Yeah, there we go, yeah.
All right, so some of the Americans in there as well. Looks like we've got New Zealand, Australia coming through as well, so nice to see all the big flags. Nice one there from Mozambique, so really cool to have someone riding from Mozambique. it's the first time I've seen that flag. Japan in the mix as well. America, we can see. So the boys and girls going to get at it this morning. We're looking at Miller now from Absolute Motion. They're doing 50 kilometers an hour at the get-go here. 2 kilometers in, they've been riding for just over 2 minutes. So literally flying at the moment.
As you can see, it's nice and flat. I don't know if you can look at the top right-hand corner, Max. They show you the map that they're on, but you can actually see the gradient increasing. You see the little grey. So that's, you can see that at the bottom flat section now. They're about to start kicking up now. You can see that's really going 1%, 0, -1. The guys are about to start kicking up.
Is that
for
new?
That no,
Is that new? Has that always been there?
Always been there. Yeah.
Look at you.
But yeah, so that obviously just gives you an idea, and you can obviously then see that checkered flag. That's the king of the mountain point at the top there. So that you can almost see where the guys are now that I'm following, that little red dot that's moving there.
Absolutely. So good riding, guys. We've got about 2 minutes to go until we get into the ladies racing this morning. Speaking of the ladies, what we're going to try and do now is get into Studio 2 upstairs. That's our green screen studio here at Sound Stylist. And there are the ladies. Team Quebec, good morning. They look fantastic. Look at you girls go.
Check how fast Bronwyn's going. Her hair's even blowing.
You see that? That is just, that's what are they called? What is that? Those effects called? Special effects.
Special effects.
Special effects. All right. So there they are this morning. Really, really cool to have them. Bronwyn on the left, Lisa in the middle, Letitia on the right-hand side. It is Team Quebec. And we are very excited to have the ladies in studio. Ladies, have a good ride out there today. We know you've got a few minutes until your start. We'll catch up with you later. So right now, it's to the start line. And there's Maria Gomez from the Supergirls.
Yeah, we were also riding with her yesterday. She's, we were chatting about the whole thing going forward and stuff. And she said to me, "You've never tested me for my weight. Am I not that good enough?" So Maria, don't worry, we will be testing you. Everybody's going to do a video. So good to see Urbal's on there, Schützen there, Lisa obviously up in studio, Letitia there.
Yes.
We've got Suzanne Rogers. She came second last week, so she's obviously Maud Leroux's also back. So yeah, it's good to see some of the girls. I saw Teresa sign up, but I don't see her logged on just yet.
All right, so the ladies, obviously, we had SA Champs this week. A lot of the girls would have gone down to Swellendam for SA Champs. So not a massive ladies field this morning, and we know that that's hopefully going to change in the month of April as we get the teams together.
Can we tell them what we're going to do?
Well, why don't you?
Should we?
Tell them.
We're bringing the team time trial back for the whole of April. There we go. So every single week there will be no individual GC. It's going to be teams of 4 racing like we did back in the roots almost a year ago. So it's almost like a celebration of when we started.
Absolutely.
It was teams of 8 back then, but we are going to keep it teams of 4. We know it's difficult to keep the big teams, but it's going to be racing as a team of 4 the whole of April.
All right, so teams of 4 guys, 3 to count across the line. The entry fee will come back in the month of April as we start doing prize money for the teams to go towards their selected charity. And we're really excited about the opportunities coming that way. An announcement coming that way as well from us early next week, so watch out for that. Ladies on the start line and out at the moment. Leroux now from Cycle Nation.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a big gap today. It's going to be probably like more. It's going to probably go off there. We're going to have Antonia is also going to probably go off the front, and then we're going to have a bigger group of and even maybe Suzanne Rogers might be in the break there somewhere as well. But I think we're going to see a bigger group towards the back. I think it unfortunately is quite a small field today, but that's just that's it is. And thank you to the girls for getting up and actually coming to race here this morning.
Absolutely, Suzanne Rogers. I think they did a 200k this week, so her legs are going to be really tight. Do you know much more about that, Al?
Yeah, it was the Audax on the. So in fact, there was the 400 on Saturday, the 200 on Sunday, and then there was a couple of guys from the Choc Car guys. They also did the 300 on Sunday as well. Wow. So I'm not sure. Maybe I missed something. Why are we trading so many miles? But maybe it's just they just want to ride their bikes. But yeah. So I know I've seen Natalie Agostino not on there. So she was also involved in that 200k ride on Sunday. So she's obviously saying, girls, I'm sleeping in today.
Really cool to see the racing coming in. We saw this weekend South African Triathlon Champs getting held up in the Free State.
Yeah.
We had the South African Road Cycling Champs happening this week. So things getting back to some sort of normality. Really good to see people back on the road getting some racing done, and a big shout out and high five to all the event organizers for complying with the COVID regulations and making it happen, guys, and giving us that opportunity to get back out there. Thanks so much.
What was really amazing to see at the Triathlon Champs this weekend is, I don't know if you remember, Anna Watkinson.
Yes, big accident
in December, broke her back. She was back and she raced this weekend and finished 3rd. So
she had a good position.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Good up to you, Anna. And I mean, she's just every day. Just, I mean, it's amazing what that woman can do. She's just getting back and getting stronger and stronger every day. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, crazy accident, unfortunately, for her end of last year.
Yeah.
But Emma Pallant-Brown taking the win there in the ladies, just super strong on the run and the bike. So congratulations to her for taking that title, and some really, really good racing. To the riding now, we've got LaRue now from Cycle Nation in the ladies. You can see a small batch this morning, probably just over 12 or 13 riders in the ladies this morning, and getting out on the course. They know they're going to have their work cut out for them today, Al.
Yeah, they're definitely. It's going to be a tough route, and obviously on a route like today, you don't really want to hit the hill when you feel like you're about to pass out because you're trying to keep up with the bunch. So probably the best is to just get into a nice rhythm where you're comfortable and just ride as best you can. It is. I mean, we say it is only 23 k's, but 23 k's on Zwift feels like 100 k's on the road on some days.
Especially with this altitude gain today, over 400 meters of altitude. So really, really lots of work to do for the ladies today. We're going to try and get back to some of the men's racing quickly before we go and do some profiling of our three ladies in our studio today. Obviously on those beautiful Garmin Tech Neo T2 smart trainers. And here we are now with the men's race. We've got an altitude there. You can see as they move along, 9% gradient. We're looking at Pouncett now from Quad Dijon.
Yeah, this is Richard Parson coming a little bit further down. Let's just see Brendan van Heerden. We know he can climb. I think he's in the front. We'll see if we can. There we go. He's looks like he's made a bit of a break. He's got a 1 second lead there. So Brendan van Heerden now, after racing essays this weekend, is back, and that 9% gradient really pushing quite hard. I don't see Travis. So obviously, he didn't make a plan with shoes.
Yeah, he might have not had enough duct tape to wrap his tackies onto his pedals this morning. So nice to see Japan going in there. Bogart looking good. Leinart looking good, both from Australia at the moment. I think that flag is over there. It's quite far away and it's reasonably small, but it certainly looks like it is Australia. We've got Main there from the Ruliers, and he's having a good ride this morning. And we've got...
Marco Matthijssen is there.
That's right.
We've got looks like David Humphreys also in the mix there as well. So there's some the USC Avengers are not going to let them walk away today. We've got some good climbers in that team. So let's have a look. Craig Hume also, good to see him racing at the moment. We'll see if we can find him. He's just a little bit further down. Arstan
there from Sweden. So a new name there coming into the racing this morning. Nice to see him getting out onto the course. Welcome. We got Rod there from the United States of America. From Canada, we got Hugh Dog Racing. So we do have a really nice international flavour this morning in the men's racing.
The Rod there, his name is The Rod.
The Rod.
The Rod. So I'm guessing he's Rodney somebody or whatever. But there's some real. When I do results, some days you look at some of these names and you just have a good old laugh to yourself because these guys come up with some crackers. I mean, we've got a guy called Wernona, not Vernona Ride. He calls himself something Wernona Ride or something. But I mean, it's clearly not his name. But
guys looking after the avatars. Al, let's talk a little bit quickly. Obviously, the month of February and March, getting a lot of new people onto the platform, a lot of new people to find out about the Premier League South Africa, and obviously making that a public event. Going into April, we got the Team Time trial back. How do guys get involved? What do they need to know? And what are the big differences going to be going into the setup here from our side in the month of April?
So, like you said just now, unfortunately, we've got to cover the expenses. We had it free and it was public for February and March. We are going to be charging a fee now. The guys will need to go in and register and pay that fee. I think it's 200 Rand for the month for all racing. And then they've got to also submit a video to us as well. It's a proper way in. It's height measurement. It's all those to calibrate so that we can obviously make sure that it's clean racing and that sort of thing. That's going to be one of the biggest changes. And then the guys need to follow us on Facebook, get onto our Instagram, because that's where we push a lot of our information out there. And that's how they can get involved and then register online with us.
Absolutely. Don't forget our new website is up and running, guys. www.premierleaguesa.co.za. All race results, all information, everything you need to know about the calendars, what's happening and who's doing what in the world of the Premier League is on our website. So www.premierleaguesa.co.za. Go and check it out. Chantel's been working really hard behind the scenes to get that all together, and it really is starting to look very, very nice indeed. We appreciate your feedback as well, so get that to us and tell us what you want to read about on our website.
So there's still some quite fast racing. Already climbed 176 meters, 6.4 k's in. And you can see they, if you're looking at that shadow again that I was talking about on the top map there, you can see that like only halfway up that little climb.
Crazy.
I'm sorry, guys.
They're working really hard.
Yeah, no, look, I threw it in there this week.
But that's 2 400 pluses this month. You know that.
I know that, and I thought let's shake things up a bit. Let's give the climbers. The climbers are always saying, we're looking for something to do. So I thought let's give them something to do. And at the end of the day, it lifts the caliber of the racing, and it makes our guys stronger. So you can thank me later when you're stronger.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, I'm looking out for you guys.
When you no longer want to swear at him. All right, next up, let's get across to one of our profiles of the day. First up from Team Quebec is Bronwyn Lewis. Let's have a look at her profile quickly and find out a little bit about her. She's been part of Team Quebec ladies since inception, and what an incredible bunch of girls. Bicycles change lives, and they are riding for Quebec. How long has she been involved in cycling? Well, she's been here quite a while. Finally, she's been added to the Biogen cycling group, so Rowan finally letting her in.
There we go.
So Rowan succumbed to the pressure, basically. Rowan, well done. We're very proud of you.
A little pocket rocket.
Little pocket rocket.
I've ridden with her a few times. Yeah.
She's got some skills.
yeah, you've got to go.
Yeah. It's amazing how you can check the aero position there as well. That wind is really working hard as they're moving. So the girls, you can see the movement on those Tex Neo T2 trainers, and they really are starting to put down some watt bombs there.
And Bronwyn's she usually rides on a watt bike, so she got in this thing, she says, it moves. I said, I know that's a
little bit different.
She then called me upstairs, she's just making a funny noise. I said, it's because you're riding on the cobbles. So she keeps riding on the cobbles now, because the whole machine, it's unbelievable. We were sitting there trying to work out what the vibration was.
And it was the cobbles.
Meantime, it was the cobbles that she was riding on. So it's really, I mean, the experience that you get on those Tex Neo 2 trainers is unbelievable.
All right, ladies, well, we're looking forward to hearing a bit more from you a little bit later after your race today. We promise we won't bug you with chit-chat during the broadcast, but after the race we really want to hear about your experience on those Garmin Tex Neo T2 trainers, and obviously those smart trainers, just the smart trainer of choice, of course, for the UCI at the World Championships last year. So exciting to see. Back to the racing now. We're watching Zeal now, Team Zeal.
Kuyeni, I think it is. He's a Japanese guy, one of the Japanese riders.
All right, so nice to see Japan. Harigato, welcome. Thanks for joining us this morning.
And he's been with us the whole season. He's raced every single one in March.
Really cool.
March so far. So
I see that we've also got Portugal racing this morning, so nice to see the Portuguese flag in there, up in Hull, and Italy, it looks like, coming through as well. So good morning, guys. Thanks for joining us. Those of you just checking in, don't forget to get comments to us on the live feed, and we'll try and get those up onto the screen for you. Ask us any questions that you may have. Give a high five or a ride on to any of your riders this morning, and get involved in the conversation with us here on the Premier League South Africa. Can you believe it, Al? It's been just over a year since we had that little thing called COVID, which we thought would take 2 weeks to get over, and we all stayed at home for a little quick holiday.
And we were locked down 27th of March, eh? 27th of March, yeah.
So it's 2 days' time. Would have been a month since lockdown. We got onto the platform in the month of April. Remember the Ace Cycles, TTT, Imani Sakura, just putting it together, getting some mates involved, and that's how this whole thing started. So really cool to just have this vibe and to continue with the legacy and to continue with what is now the Premier League South Africa platform. It's an incredible platform, and we're very grateful to the guys from Zwift International and of course here locally for making it available to us and giving us that Zwift Events Community license, which has helped us change the game.
Yeah, it has. It's really lifted the game a bit, and it's given us opened a lot more doors for us. We can play with a lot more features, create a lot more different events, and we can go into worlds that are not normally accessible to normal everyday riders, which is really cool.
Yeah. Tell us a bit about the back end from your side, Al. I mean, you're very instrumental as the Zwift guru here in the team. Tell us a little bit about, the opportunities within the platform, obviously working quite closely now, looking at putting leagues together, bringing in watts per category, kilogram categories. Tell us a bit about that and how that's going to start changing for us going forward.
So like you're saying, obviously when we build events now, the more we're learning as well, we can also specify what sort of power-ups we want in an event. We can look at, say, it's a hilly route. The guys would prefer these kind of power-ups, and we can actually make sure that those power-ups then get play around in each event as well. We can specify what bikes the guys ride. If we decide we want to put everybody on a specialized bench, we can do that. Those are things we can do. Obviously, from a Zwift power point of view, in the back end, we can also create subcategories. We can put either per watts or per age. I mean, we've got a lot of guys that are, elderly guys that are racing, and ladies that they don't want to race with the 19-year-olds because we can't keep up with them anymore. We realize we've got to realize that the time moves on, and so we can then create that behind the scenes, and the guys will still race, and then they will then actually still be racing in guys in their categories, which is really cool.
All right, so really cool to see the changes and to see the evolution of what's happening here with the Premier League South Africa in conjunction with Zwift International, and really cool to be working with such great people. We just see so much news happening all the time. We're watching that Zwift World News every week. If you haven't watched that, guys, check it out. It comes out with OJ Borg every Sunday, Monday, and depending on which time zone you're in, and it's basically a little half an hour wrap up of what's happening in the world of Zwift. They last week profiled Team Amani from Rwanda, which was absolutely incredible. The team getting back onto and getting equipped, through the likes of Wahoo and Zwift, getting their licenses, getting their smart trainers, getting the connectivity into the towns, and now we see Team Rwanda racing here this morning as well. So really cool to have Africa rising and getting on the Zwift platform and embracing it.
And I did see Adrian Nyanshuti. He has logged on. I did see him on the list here somewhere. Just now we'll see if we can find him as well in the group somewhere.
Yeah, I ride with him last week. I saw happening. Jeremy Ford from Quebec putting it out there on his platforms. A nice little ride and session with Adrian Nyanshuti. He says he's still got the skills. Remember, 2-time Olympian from Rwanda and rising from the ashes. That incredible movie about Rwanda and how Adrian really came from absolutely nothing after the genocide that happened there and really pulled it together and got himself to the Olympic Games. What a story.
Yeah, it is. It's unbelievable. I was just looking at some of the bikes that these guys are riding on. And see some of them on those Tron bikes. And it's quite a strange choice today, knowing that they're climbing, because you qualify for that Tron bike once you've climbed in excess of 50,000 meters, but it's not the best climbing bike.
Yeah, interesting.
So it's, and it's not the fastest bike.
Sometimes all the gear, no ideas what it's all about. You got to look for it.
Say, look, I mean, if I've ridden 50,000 meters, I'm going to say, check my bike.
All right, let's get across to our next profile this morning. That is of Letitia Lowe. Let's have a look at her profile this morning, racing for Team Quebec. And we're going to go across and have a look at Letitia's profile now. She is also here today in studio with us. There it is for Team Quebec. She's been cycling for 1.5 years. She's on a Wahoo Kicker core. She's done a couple of races, and she likes Muir and the mountain. That's her favorite route in Zwift. So let's quickly go and have a look at a short VT from Letitia and find out a little bit more about her.
Hi, I'm Letitia Lowe, and I've been riding for 1.5 years now.
And what do you love about cycling?
I love being outdoors, and the cycle community is really special. It's something else.
And do you have a coach?
I do. I've only recently started with a coach. I'm with Bryce Hennessy, and he's incredible.
And do you have any advice for beginner riders?
I don't really have advice because I haven't been riding for that long, but what I've learned is there will always be someone stronger and faster, so just enjoy the ride.
All right, so there you have it.
Yeah, we have to thank Malcolm for the questions.
Love you, Malcolm.
Thanks. He's also racing. He's racing for Team Biogen today, somewhere there in the mix.
Well done, Malcolm.
So there we go. We've got Letitia on the. You can see she's not loving the hills today.
She was in a little bit of an orchard there. It looked like a nice little outside view. I like that.
Yeah, but she's almost like it's the same sort of setting that she's got on her bike now.
She's just taking it easy and looking good.
Yeah.
Getting up the hill. There they are. If you look at the split screen, Letitia on the right-hand side there for Team Quebec. And she's just getting on up that hill now. You can see Bron getting out of the saddle, starting to put the energy down there. Lisa Cruz looks so relaxed, doesn't she, on a bicycle? She's just poetry in motion.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
She says, don't put me in the middle, I'm shy, I'm from the Free State.
All right, so the girls at it this morning in that Studio 2 here at Sound Stylist, Kyalami Business Park, South Africa, Johannesburg. Good morning and welcome those of you just joining in. Your time check now, 10 minutes to 6 o'clock in the morning. It's an early start here in South Africa at 5:30. Are we going to change that for winter? We're going to maybe push it to 6 maybe so people can sleep in?
Kids still have to go to school, so unfortunately, if we can get the government to make school start later, then we can start later. There we go. There we go. Maria Gomez on the screen. Look at that RPM, Maria. Lift your RPM.
All right, so Maria's trying to get those revs per minute up. She's on a 6% grade at the moment. You can see the women's field absolutely blown apart. But this is what happens when you get small groups on the start line, Al. You know, you've got those guys and girls that just get out there, and we know that Zwift is all about the in-game experience and working that in-game experience, and you can just see things blowing up. LaRue now, you can see she's in charge.
Yeah, she's taken gone away. I was expecting that small LaRue going through there. Good to see Suzanne Rogers in second there. She's got a whole lot around her, with Sonia is also there. She's still in the mix as well. So good to see that's happening there. We've got Bron Lewis. She's about a minute down on these ladies. Chanel Schutton, she's in the middle of no man's land, all on her own as well. So quite a small field, unfortunately, but they are still out there racing for their points.
All right, ladies, looking good. Let's go and have a look at some of the power-ups that you would choose today, Al. We've got that power-up slide. What would you be using on a route like this today? What other things do you want to allocate?
The ones you want today are probably the feather lightweight, which it reduces the percentage of your weight for a certain time on the climb. So that's obviously the one. If you're battling to hang on, you find that you're just dropping it back. I would use the feather lightweight to try and get back yourself back into the group. Yeah. And then obviously the aero boost is always a must in a race because it's going to come down to a sprint, hopefully somewhere along the line. That's definitely the one you want. Other nice ones are obviously the truck draft. That could help you quite a bit as well. It increases your draft. It gives that little bit, helps you out when you're in that bunch as well. The ones you don't want today are obviously like Anvil, makes you very heavy.
For sure.
Yeah, Steamroller, that's more on the jungle circuit. Only you're going to get that in the dirt. That one won't obviously be available today. And then invisibility one, should you want to launch, you'd basically the Ghost app. You disappear for 10 seconds. You can launch your attack, hopefully create a big enough gap, and then you all of a sudden reappear on the screen a little bit further up the road.
All right, so some beautiful views as the ladies start climbing and climbing and climbing here. It is race number 4 of the Premier League South Africa Community Series in the month of March. Proudly brought to you by Galileo Infinity Insurance and presented by Garmin Tech. Supergirls now, Suzanne Rogers on the front end and looking good. There's 3 of the ladies together. We've got a bit of rain coming this week, Al. It looks like weather not so good, and the best thing to do with rain in the morning is to get onto that trainer. Yeah. So let's quickly go and have a look at this, guys. It's a video from the team at Garmin Tech. Check this out.
Limit is not in my vocab. If I don't have, then I find a way to go grab.
All right, so Born Ready there on that Garmin Tech Neo T2 Smart Trainer. We spoke with Al a little bit earlier. All the girls upstairs from Team Quebec in studio on those incredible machines, and a lot of them not experiencing just how smart these smart trainers have become, Al.
Yeah, it had me going for a while. I couldn't work out where the vibration was coming from, and then somebody said, "But I'm riding on cobbles." I was like, that's where the vibrations come. It was actually a little giggle to myself, but I learned something today.
Al, we spoke about it earlier, a couple of updates coming into the Zwift platform. A couple of really incredible ones. One of those, of course, is this new return home functionality. Let's quickly have a look at the video on that and find out a little bit more about it.
It's Zwifters, Eric with Zwift Insider here, just showing off the new return to home feature. Here's how it works. So if I'm on the home screen here and I click to ride, it takes me into the chosen route and world that I had. You see here, so now I could do my ride whenever I want to end it. Put an end ride, I can save it or I can discard it. Either way, pops me back to the home screen where I can now exit the game, or I can pick another world and ride there. So now maybe I want to ride in Richmond, maybe I want to pick a different route. Now I can just click ride, it's going to take me there. Works exactly how you would expect it to work. This works the same as I said, whether you are discarding the ride or saving the ride. And whenever you're done, exit, wrap it up. That's it. Great new feature. Thank you, Zwift. Have a great day, everybody. Right on.
All right, so there you have it from Eric at Zwift Insider. And I think this is one thing that I really love about this platform, the fact that it is so ever-changing, it's evolving very quickly, it's listening to its subscribers. I mean, that is something which is quite basic, that you would think is basic. There's a lot of R&D that goes into that. Yeah. But what it's doing is it's making the platform more user-friendly.
Yeah, it is. That was a lot of gripe, obviously, on when you watch the social media that the guys were asking for, and they've finally done it. And I love the way he says, and it works the way you would think it would work. So these guys now on that Descent Max, you can see them flying down here. They're doing a 92 kilometers an hour at the moment as this bunch coming down that big climb.
All right, so Main in the mix there, rousing for the Rouliers today. Absolute Motion having a good ride as well. And nice to see the Prince of Belize still up at the top there. I wonder if he really is the Prince of Belize.
Yeah, it's good to see Brendan van Heerden in there. He's lying third at the moment, so he's only South African in that mix at the moment. So we've got looks like a Mexican. We've got I think that's China in there as well. We've got Australia as well. So there are a whole lot of guys represented in that front bunch.
All right, so once again, as always, a big shout out and thank you to our partners and obviously our title sponsor here on the Premier League South Africa, who continues with this incredible journey with us, getting on board early last year and remaining faithful to the brand and to what we're doing here with the Premier League South Africa. That, of course, is the team from Galileo Risk Infinity Insurance. And then, of course, our presenting partner joining us in the month of February. A big shout out to the team from Garmin Tax. Fantastic to have you. Thank you so much for these incredible Garmin Tax Neo T2 trainers that we've got up in our studio, and it's really amazing to get our community onto these new trainers and get them to experience Zwift racing at a different level, isn't it?
And it's really space age looking. I mean, they're really unbelievable. And what's nice about them, if the power does cut for whatever reason, that machine's got its own built-in. You can carry on racing as long as you've obviously got battery power on your phone or your laptop or that you're using. You can carry on Zwifting.
Which, for those of you from South Africa who don't know, is very, very important. We have a thing here in South Africa called Eskom, which is our power utility, the guys that give us our power.
Well,
and
they don't really give us.
Well, they don't, no.
Yeah.
And it's very intermittent. We often have load shedding for hours and hours on end, and certainly going into winter, I can guarantee you there's going to be a lot more load shedding.
Yeah.
So guys and girls, start thinking about it. If you are looking for an upgrade, now is the time to look into it. The new tech from the team at Garmin Tax, absolutely incredible. And to have something that keeps running when things are not running is a good thing.
Yeah, it's the only company in the world that produces a product and then begs you not to use it.
Yes. Yeah.
And then still charges you for not using it.
Yes.
There we go. So,
Thank you very much, Eskom. We love you. All right, so a little dig there, guys. Don't worry, it's a South African thing. Those of you watching will know exactly what we're talking about. To the men's racing now, 17.6 Ks in. They've got about 6 Ks to go now. They've been riding for just under 30 minutes. Winning time today for the men now?
We're looking at that there. I reckon they're going to come in probably about just under 40 minutes. I'm just looking down the field now as well, Max. I mean, there's a huge gap. There's about a 4-minute gap to the rest of the guys. So, I mean, it's really big. The guys are spread out all over the place. I found the guy on the mountain bike. It's Marco, one of the guys. I'm like, I don't know what he's doing on the mountain. So Marco, yes, I'm sure you're going to have a little giggle with yourself after that and probably kick yourself, because I wouldn't want to go over that mountain on a mountain bike.
All right, let's get across to our third profile of the day from Team Quebec. It is Lisa Cruz. She's joined us this morning in the studio. There she is there, racing for the team. She loves, she's an aspiring Biogen kit owner. Rowan hasn't given her the nod yet by the looks of it there. One-hit wonder, full Ironman age group category podium. Look at that. She says 100 years ago, come on, Lisa. It can't be 100, maybe 80, 70 perhaps, not 100.
Yeah.
All right, she's on the Wahoo kicker or text, depending on who won the rock, paper, scissors with her husband, which is really funny. And she's started Zwifting during lockdown after realizing that watching Netflix on the trainer was barely a notch above tea and rusks in bed. All right, she is funny. Hey?
Yeah,
I like her.
But she also said through her advice for new Zwifters the other day, she said either 125k is the same as 25 1 kilometers on Zwift.
Same thing.
Yeah, same
At least
thing.
she was there and she got on.
Yes, yeah.
And her favorite route on Zwift is the flat one, which is exciting. All right, ladies, looking awesome. Letitia going hard there. You can see Letitia's even got that little wind flick in her hair at the moment, which is quite nice. See, you got a smile.
So how's that movement happening there, Bron? Is it all looking good? Does it move nicely, that thing?
John's just laughing at you. She's in the pain cave there properly. Anyway, ladies, keep on going. You're looking amazing. Go Team Quebec. Bicycles change lives, ladies and gentlemen. Quebec, of course, the official charity of us here at the Premier League South Africa. We've got some really exciting things coming up for the months of June, July, August as well on the Premier League South Africa. And Quebec are going to be very instrumental in that. So looking forward to releasing that news when we can. There's some news coming in. I don't know if you guys saw, but episode 2 of the I think the way they call it, if I'm correct on that side, was the episode 2 Race for Change is what they call it. It's the team at the Strade Bianche behind the scenes and how it went. Guys, have a look at these videos that are getting released by Team Quebec Assos. Absolutely incredible. And then incredible news once again, as always. Congratulations to Anthony Fitzgerald and the team on the ground for Quebec, getting those bicycles, 50 bicycles at a time, into the communities communities, to the health workers. The health workers in the communities obviously still got a massive job to do here with COVID in South Africa. One of those bikes is servicing at around 2,000 individuals. So getting emergency medicine and emergency care to the guys and girls in the communities. Congratulations, Quebec. Super, super proud of you. And yes, bicycles do change lives.
Yeah, they do. And yeah, I mean, a lot of us do it for fun, but a lot of these guys, they depend on it. It's their livelihood. I mean, I've seen those Quebecer bikes when they first came out. They were all over the place. And in the strangest places, you'll be going on the way to Sudwana or something in Kaklui, in a small little town somewhere. There's this guy cruising around and he's on his
with the biggest smile on his face,
and he's the happiest guy. And he's loaded that bike, and that bike is working.
Full. All right, next up, Tour of Watopia just released this week. We've got a little video on that. Let's have a look at that video quickly on the Tour of Watopia, and Al's going to tell us a little bit about how that's working and some nice new points up for grabs as well. Let's check it out.
Yeah, so basically, you can either run or ride the Tour of Watopia, like you saw in the video there. You can earn double points. So you usually get 20 points per kilometer. Now you're going to get 40 points. Points. So the guys, those guys are wanting to push their levels up. That's the best one to do. And what's nice is they've also got different categories. So A will be a very long ride. B will be your sort of standard ride. C is ladies only, and then obviously then a more sociable ride as well. So they fit in with your category, where you think you're more or less comfortable, and come and ride there or run on your categories. There's a different route opening every week, so there's certain times that you can log on. The guys are every hour on the hour. The guys will start a new ride. So get involved. It is on your companion app already, or otherwise just log on to Zwift Inside. It's there. It's obviously on Zwift.com as well. Go and have a look at them as well. But you can find it on your companion already.
Absolutely, and incredible just to see, and I think it's one thing that really stands out for Zwift is just how integrated they are into their community, how they listen to the community, not just the top riders, not just the riders, right at the bottom, but they're integrating across all levels of cycling. Yeah. And if you look at the different leagues, the different racing that's going on the platform, it's absolutely incredible just to see how they manage to cater for every single person who subscribes to the platform. Yeah. So amazing stuff, guys. Well done. Incredible to see. All right, so Tour of Watopia, guys, coming your way this week, starting the 29th of March. Cook now from Team Abmosa.
Looks like we've got a bit of a break happening. I'm just trying to find who's gone off in the front there, because we have definitely got an attack coming now at the moment. And these guys have got about 1.5K still to go.
All right, so not far to go now until we get these guys through to the finish line. I think what we'll do is stay with this and watch it through to the finish line before we go on to some more content here on the show this morning. Those of you just joining in, good morning and welcome. This is the Premier League South Africa Community Series, race number 4 in March. Thank you so much for joining us. Brought to you, of course, by Galileo Infinity Insurance and proudly presented by Garmin Tax, making it possible for us to bring these live streams to you. And we really do appreciate all your support to the community. Thanks for joining us this morning. Brendan van Eeden now is up amongst it. He's got a mixed bag of international athletes with him. All
over the place, yeah. So the guys are less than a kilometer to go. I think it's
23.6 plus the 2, so 23.8.
There we go. So just over a kilometer. There's a sprint zone coming through now as Brendan leads the bunch through that section now. So it's going to be a come down to a sprint finish now. I'm surprised that there's still quite a few riders close together. And you can see all those orange, they're also hitting PBs for that section as well. You can see all the confetti coming out now as well. So the guys, they're not hanging around. They are really pushing each other, pushing the pace, and the gap is just really increasing to the back the guys behind.
All right, so just on 34 minutes now. Alistair said around 35. He's going to be pretty much on it completely, as we've got about 1.2K to go. Some really nice branding in game there from Zwift, and just really good to see the animation coming through in this World Innsbruck, of course, the 2018 UCI World Championships course on the road cycle, and these guys are definitely going to be feeling it in their legs right now.
They're definitely. I mean, there was that one big climb in the middle that it was really tough, and you can see the guys are over that. Most of the guys are over that already. I'm sure most of them on the descent. But once you were over that, these guys have really been. I mean, we saw earlier they were clocking 93 kilometers an hour. So it's a real, for the big guys like us, we can sort of get into that super tuck and recover and just hang on to the finish.
Van Zyl from Rulia is hanging in there and trying to mix it up at the front end. But going to be interesting to see how they go as they get towards this finish now. You can see they're probably about 700, 600 meters from the finish line now. We've got America, we've got Australia, South Africa, we got 2 from China and 1 from Japan. So these guys really have got their work cut out. It's going to be who knows this course best, I think, coming to the finish.
So the 2 South Africans at the moment, Jason Miller and obviously Brendan van Eeden in there. That Van Zyl guy, he's 20 23 minutes back. I think they're about to
Yes.
come by and catch him. So
Is that what's
yeah,
happening?
so he's quite far off the back. So 2 South Africans in the mix, 1 Chinese, 1 Japanese, and 1 obviously from Australia. So that's the guys there at the moment.
All right, so here we go, Al. Just on probably, I would say, 200 meters to go. Let's leave it to you and bring them across the line.
Yeah, I'd love to see where the countdown is so we can see the finish line coming through. But yeah, the guys, I mean, what's nice now, the Absolute Motion guys have got 2 riders in there. Can one of them launch now? Let's see. And if he gets caught, hopefully they've got the legs to launch their second rider as well. You can see another rider just off the back there. He's about 2 seconds back. That's it, the rider from Mexico, Oscar from Mexico at the moment. He's about second back. But I'm just looking. They come around the corner now. They go into town, and that's when that finish sprint is going to be. And I'm sure they're starting to wind up. So Brendan van Heerden starting to wind up. Is he the lead-out man? He's using
taking
that
his power
feather,
up.
Yeah, he's using that feather already. The wrong one to use, but there we go. You can see he's got 200 meters to go. We saw that ball, and it is going. It looks like it is going to be Brendan van Heerden. Look at the numbers turning orange on the side of the screen. And these guys are pushing 13 watts per kg at the moment. So Brendan van Heerden there, that's going to look like it's going to be a brilliant ride there from Brendan. I just want to see who was in second. It was one of the Chinese riders, Japanese, South Africa, Australia. So a lot of riders. We're going to move back to Bradley Fleming now, just so we stay in game and see where those guys are.
So Van Heerden doing it for South Africa against a star-studded international field here this morning on the Premier League South Africa platform. Congratulations to Brandon Van Heerden. He really has come to the party in the month of March and riding some incredible races.
So there we go. This is the second main bunch on the road now at the moment. You can see these guys. We're with Bradley Fleming in the mix here. We've got Marco Matthijssen there. We've got the princes, all of the Prince of, I suppose, Belize, maybe.
So they just on, 800 meters from the finish now. So this is also going to be another exciting sprint.
Yeah, it's going to be another close one. I'm just trying to see who the other one from the USC Avengers is in there. I think it's Marco. That's the guy on the mountain bike. So good luck on the sprint with that one, Marco.
Got a rider going off the front already.
There you go, yeah. So that looks like, I'm just trying to see, pick it up exactly who that is. It's, I think it's really difficult to
Fleming
see.
chasing from the Ruliers now. You can see Fleming on that yellow Tron bike.
Looks like it's Garth Haig.
He hasn't used his power up yet, Fleming, and he knows that he's up against Travis Johnson. Travis Johnson giving him a freebie today, which means Travis will probably be drinking beers next week, Tuesday morning. Yeah. But Bradley Fleming now just getting it together now for this end sprint, about 500 meters from the finish line. Leonard there from the USA coming through. We've got Hao Zai from China as well.
Yeah, I think this is where they take that left turn. Yeah, that left turn down, and they'll go down into the main road where we are, and you'll see that finish line sprint. So these guys going hard quite quickly already. There we go. We can see it now. You'll see that sign saying 200 meters to go shortly, and these guys still really redlining at the moment. As you can see, those numbers start turning orange.
All right, so running time for these riders just on 38 minutes at the moment. So you can see a big gap between the first and second bunch there. That Hill just ripping the legs off the athletes here today. Fleming looks like he's got a good finish here today.
Yeah, look, he's going to win that bunch sprint. There we go. Before we get kicked out, let's just drop back again to some more riders that are still in the mix there. These guys still got about a kilometre still to go. There we go. I found Hayden Simpson. He's about 2.5 minutes behind these guys as well. I wonder if he's loving life right now.
All right, so Hayden there on his own at the moment. He's probably swearing at you right now, Al, to be perfectly honest. It looks like he's wearing that very nice kit from the Absa Cape Epic virtual ride, which happened on the 17th of March. The Pro-Am taking place last week, and really nice to see him wearing that kit and wearing it proudly. I mean, he would have done all 4 of the qualifying races. He would have gone through the Pro-Am. I'm just a bit worried about those pink socks.
Yeah, but he loves pink. He even had his helmet now, custom pink spray.
Has he really?
Yeah. So I found him. We're no rider. There we go. Check, I told you. We found him somewhere.
All right, so Hayden Simpson.
Hayden Simpson, he's had his custom helmet. He's got a little pink stripes in his helmet. He likes to ride pink socks and stuff.
Beautiful,
so,
beautiful. Look, let me tell you, as far as best dressed goes and best avatar two-person comparison, I think Hayden Simpson probably wins hands down. So Hayden make his way towards the finish now, and he's got just on 2Ks to go. What we're going to do now, though, is we're going to quickly catch up with some of our community news. We spoke about the virtual Absa Cape Epic, which has happened over the past 2 weeks, from the 2nd until the 17th of March. They went into some very cool podcasts up front. Then there were 4 races. There it is over there. You can see it on the screen. Men's category, some incredible racing coming through, taking the Pro-Am in the end. It was the rider from Buff Scott mountain biking, Hans Becking. Jose Maria Sanchez in second, Ben Turner in third, and our first South African was Wessel Botha. He was in 8th place. In the ladies, Elizabeth Brandau from Germany came away with the win. A great race from her. Caroline Boehm was in second, and the South African Catherine Collane in third place. That in the virtual Absa Cape Epic. The first time that a mountain bike stage race, a mountain bike specific stage race, has been on the platform at that level. So congratulations to the team from Absa and Cape Epic for that very first virtual race, and very exciting to see the energy, and obviously it's March. This is when the Absa Cape Epic is supposed to be taking place. It's now been moved to the 17th to 24th of October, and it's really good to just see that interaction and keep that community together. So well done to them, and congratulations, guys. Quickly, what we're also going to chat about this morning is some of the community news. Let's go and have a look at some of that as well. The guys from Team Amani, we spoke about them. They've just been on the Zwift World News, a little first documentary. There's a second documentary coming. Really good to see. You'll see the 4 riders there got 6th, 10th, 11th and 21st at their very first race at the Intercontinental Series. So well done to them. Also in our community news, we went down to the South African Championships, which took place in Swellendam this week. Let's have a look at the next picture. We'll see some of that community news coming in. What we also did as well is last week, Wednesday, we hosted Team South Africa after their very successful African Continental Championships in Cairo, Egypt. Chatted to Carlo Oberholzer, Ryan Gibbons, Kent Main, found out a little bit more about how it's going on the international scene, what it was like to get back to racing, what's happening in South African cycling and African cycling. So a really good, informative chat. A very big thank you to Team South Africa for allowing us to host that for them on the Premier League South Africa Instagram platform. So well done. Pictures of the week, the guys getting ready. We know Cam McNair went down. I think he got a 6th place overall in the men's elite category at the SA Champs. Carla Oberholzer coming in 2nd, a great ride for her and at SA Champs, but obviously just dominating at the African Continental Champs. It was St. Patrick's Day as well, and then of course the humour for the week when Zwift riders meet up for a real ride, just crashes and conundrums. So really fun to see things happening out there. Well done, guys. Really cool to have the community involved again this week. Let's quickly go and have a look at see what happened with some of the South African Road Championships, which happened this past week. In the men's race, Mark Pritson taking the win, an under-23 rider, getting in ahead of Willie Smith and Nicholas Domini, and just an incredible race from him to take the win there. Ryan Gibbons taking the win in the individual time trial. Then in the ladies, a great ride from Candice Lill in the individual time trial. She got in ahead of the roadies, a really good ride from her. And then Hayley Preen, what an incredible ride from her, taking the win over Carla Oberholzer in 2nd place in the elite ladies. So Hayley Preen, your new South African champion, she joins the other young gun, Mark Pritson. Congratulations, you guys. Very, very proud of you. And to Ryan and to Candice on the individual time trial, congratulations and well done, guys.
And great to see a great ride there by Jana van der Winkel as well in 4th for under 23. And she races quite often with us on there. Obviously, a lot of them away from the moment from the Zwift because they were getting ready for that. But hopefully they'll all be back now again and wear their rainbow colours.
All right, so now we've got just 2Ks to go here in the women's race. It is LaRue from Cycle Nation. She really has just gone on an individual time trial today, hasn't she?
Basically, So Maud LaRue doing very well today. I mean, I expected her to go. I thought Suzanne and Sonia might go with her, but they're about 252 back from her at the moment that we can see, according to the companion app. But definitely out on her own. She's saying, girls, well, this is how it's supposed to be done, and I will show you how from the front.
All right, quickly, I think while we wait for her to get to the finish line, let's quickly go and have a look at Ian's how to calibrate your smart trainer on Zwift. So important to calibrate that smart trainer, guys and girls, weekly if possible. If you even move that smart trainer, make sure that you calibrate it. Check this how to from Zwift.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I'm going to show you how to calibrate your trainer. Calibrating your trainer is critical for making sure your wattage numbers stay accurate and consistent. So get into a practice of recalibrating your trainer every week or so, and anytime you change its location. It's also recommended to warm up your trainer by riding for at least 10 minutes prior to completing this procedure. All right, first, hop on your bike and log into Zwift. On the pairing screen, pair your trainer. So you'll click on the name of your trainer, then click OK. If the calibration option is available for your trainer, you'll see a wrench next to the Unpair button on the pairing screen after you've connected your trainer. Click on it to open the Calibrate spin down window, read the instructions, and click Next. Then accelerate to the requested speed. When you hit that speed, stop pedaling and let the trainer spin down. If you're successful, continue with your ride. And if you're unsuccessful, try again. And if you continue to have problems, try using the utility app provided by your trainer's manufacturer. Your trainer is dialed in and you're ready to ride. Have fun, and I'll see you on the Fuego Flats.
All right, thanks very much, Ian. And guys and girls, so important to calibrate that trainer. As important for you to get your results, you've got to be on Zwift Power L. Super important.
Very important. It's like racing without a chip. You know, a lot of the races you got to have a timing chip on it, and that's what Zwift Power is on Zwift. If you're not registered, you're not going to appear in the results. So all the hard work will be for nothing, basically.
All right, let's have a look what's coming your way in April and for the rest of March quickly. Let's go to March first if we can. There it is, guys. One more race. That is next week, Tuesday, the 5th and final race of our community series here in March.
It's going to be flat.
It's going to be flat and easy.
It's the Champs-Élysées. It's nice and flat and fast.
And guys, remember, Last Chance Tuesdays is the last opportunity for you guys to get involved in the platform before we go into the next month. So look out for that. And we want you guys to get your teams together. We're going to have to get those team registers. Alice is going to be putting out a very specific mandate to all the team captains and everyone this week with regards to getting in those videos, with regards to the verifications. It's become such an important thing for Zwift. We're also going to be talking about what's happening in April with the team time trials. Teams of 4, 3 to count across the line. Get those team names right. Make sure you're in the right position. Remember, every single one of you has to be on Zwift Power, and every single one of you has to be entered in order to get a result. Let's quickly go and have a look at April and see what's coming your way. We've got the April calendar there as well. It's 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th of April, and that, of course, all about the team time trial. The guys love the team time trial. A lot of people have not been able to do a team time trial. New people onto the platform who want to get involved in that space, and there's talks that Alistair might even be bringing a team time trial into the African Continental Championships in August. So guys and girls, you need to be on that, and you need to be thinking about that. Don't forget, all entries are open, and April entries are open as well. All right, so Leroux now to the finish line. There she is. Well done.
Yeah, so Maud just gone through now at the moment. Looks like she's been about to be kicked out that world. So there she goes. She takes that win there quite comfortably today. I must say that she did that quite nicely there. Let's see if we can find some of the other ladies there.
All right, so Maud Leroux from Team Cycle Nation, congratulations and well done. As we said, Joe van der Winkel from Cycle Nation, 4th in the elite category at SA Champs this past week. And nice to see the guys getting out there and having some riding at the moment. So let's wait and see who Alistair's going to bring up next. While he's doing that, though, we're going to talk about quickly the Premier League South Africa. How do you get involved as a partner? Bradley Fleming, you should have stuck to soccer, says China. We always finish top 3 in Florida. Can't get the top 5 on the bike from Renee. So Bradley Fleming getting a bit of a revving there from Renee. Let's cut across to what's happening quickly with regards to what's going on with how you get involved in the Premier League South Africa. How do you partner with us? A lot of guys and girls getting involved, seeing the platform, seeing that the platform has legs, seeing the platform is something that they really are passionate about, would like to get involved in, would like to support the platform in any way, and also support the charities that are involved in the platform, guys. So please just contact us. There's the email for you, info@Premier League South Africa, or just direct message us off Instagram, or just contact one of us as well. We'd love to have you guys on the platform. Lots of opportunities available through advertising partnerships and space within the exclusive category partnerships as well. We'd love to have you. Suzanne Rogers now was there. We're down to Buerta as well.
Talita, Suzanne, and Sonia now together. They're going to be sprinting for second place. Looks like Sonia has gone away, gone a bit early to try and get that gap from Suzanne at the moment, but this is the fight for second place.
All right, let's bring these girls across the line before we go on to some more infos and news. And Van Velden now from Cycle Nation getting in. You can see the finish line just ahead there.
Yeah, not too far for Ansonia to go. And then Talita Buerta in third place, chasing Suzanne Rogers. Those two are going to fight out for third place, because I think Ansonia's got the second place wrapped up and quite nice and comfortably there. So that'll be second to Ansonia. Third is going to be Talita or Suzanne. We're going to have to wait for that one. Talita pushing some big numbers now at the moment. And she's wearing that King of the Mountain jersey, so she obviously went over the top first.
Yeah. Good riding from her today. Congratulations. Well done. You can see a little sprint coming in from the end there. Just not enough to catch.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it was. We'll have to look at the results. But the green one, I think it was Talita. The green jersey was Talita.
All right, so lots of questions coming our way around the Premier League South Africa kit that has been made. We're going to show you a picture of that. You'll see our models here. Very, very nice. I think the models are actually what sells the kit, if you ask me.
But you know the difference between me and Chantal is I make the kit look good.
Yeah, and also you ride
Yeah.
on Zwift.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, more than her. Yeah. So you can see the kit looking very cool. We've got another picture of it as well. I think there it is.
Yeah.
And some amazing socks from our partners at Socks. Remember last year just how involved they were with us on the platform. So don't be shy to give us a ring or contact us if you are looking for some amazing kit to get onto Zwift.
And if I can say, I've ridden it in it once already. It is a good quality kit. It's not like we haven't gone for the budget option as well. So it's a really comfortable kit. It's a good pad as well. And the bibs are really they're comfortable to ride in, and that's what you want when you're going to be doing longer rides.
All right, don't forget we're chatting about April now. We've got one more race in March, but then we jump straight into April. Remember, it is the team time trial, everyone, so get those teams together. We're going to have to get them verified before we go into April as well. We'll have that verification process out to all of you guys. We've got a message in there. Quebecs, you are definitely changing lives. So look at that.
You're not wearing your glasses
No,
today?
my glasses are terrible. Did you see that? I've got to like.
why did you ask me to read for
I've
you
got to
then?
get a bit closer. Bronnie Lewis from Quebec now making her way towards the finish line. She's not far away. We're going to have a chat with her just now as well, and just see how her race went today.
Can we get our fingers on the bleep buttons? Because I think there are a lot of them people will
I
be
think
swearing at
there's a bit
me.
of swearing today. Don't forget as well that April is important. You must be registered on Zwift Power as a team, every single member, and you must be entered within the Premier League Racing Series as well. Remember, 200 Rand for that, and that's going to help us do the crowdfunding for the prize money, which the leading teams will win and donate towards a charity of their choice. Time check for you now, 20 minutes past 6 in the morning. We're waiting for a couple more ladies to get across the line. One of those ladies here is the leader of the pack at Team Quebeca. It is Bronwyn Lewis, and she's just on 2 kilometers from the finish line now. So a very demanding course today, Al.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
we
is.
can't, I know we sit here and we talk about it, but they're the one that are putting down the sweat drops. They're the ones that are swearing at you
Yes,
right now.
yeah.
Have you got a message for them?
Look, I'm glad I'm not on the bike, put it that way. I did learn in February because obviously we broadcast every second week, and I got it very wrong in February, so I had to write all the hard routes. So I don't know if you've noticed, whenever we're not broadcasting, the routes are a lot flatter. So yeah, well done to all the riders that I wanted to throw a tough one in there just to see exactly, give the riders something to work towards, and hopefully just make it a bit more exciting. Otherwise, it's the same sort of thing every week. And I think today definitely the riders they're going to be able to go to work and say, I had a serious ride this morning, and it's and good on you for finishing, and the guys are still doing very well.
All right, that green arch, was that 1 kilometer to go?
That was a sprint. It was
Was
a
that the
sprint.
sprint? That's the sprint
zone.
point?
Yeah. So it was a sprint zone, but then from about there, it's about 1.5 k's to go. So not too far for Bronnie still to go now. We've got Sonia Walter not too far behind her, then Lisa Cruz, then we've got Maria Gomez and Letitia Lowe.
All right,
so
ladies.
they're still out on the road.
All right, ladies, well done. What we'll do is once Bron's finished, we'll cut across the studio, have a chat with her. Lisa will be finishing, and then Letitia after her. And then we'll get through to the end of the broadcast. But you can see Bron now getting that feather up now and using it towards the finish.
Why on a downhill, Bronnie? You want to be as heavy as possible.
So she's just she's been wanting to push that button
she's
for the
just
last...
Yeah, can I push it? Can I push it? So she said, okay. You want to be as heavy as possible in the downhills and light as possible in the uphills. But anyway, as long as you use it, Bron, and it makes you happy, then that makes us happy.
All right. What makes me happy is seeing that Quebeca kit. I really do love it, and I'm very excited about things going forward. Really cool to see Quebeca back in the mix, producing the bikes, manufacturing the bikes, getting them out to the communities, doing what they do best, changing lives with bicycles. And that's why a lot of these guys and girls actually ride in the first place. It's nice to be able to share your experiences on the bike and to give other people an opportunity to experience a bike. So congratulations to Team Quebeca. These girls were on fire at the end of last year. We know that they did lose Michaela Surtees though.
Yeah.
And Michaela Surtees jumped ship and went across to Cycle Nation.
Yes,
So
and now she doesn't race because she's taking March off. Oh, she's
resting.
She's
resting. She's a professional now.
Yeah.
Michaela, we miss you, girl. Get back on the bike. Bronwyn now just on 800 meters to go until the finish line. Blue skies here in the Innsbruck. And
you can see the snow in the background, and I don't know if you saw earlier when they were climbing as well how high they were actually going up there. And these guys have still got snow. It just shows you what altitude we're racing at.
Yeah, 437 meters climbing over 23 Ks. Let me tell you, the guy that put this race together, the race director, I think he's going to take a bit of blurb today. But that's what it's all about, and that's what's so cool about this platform, the ability to race in the different categories, the ability to race all over the place and do the different rides, the hill climbs as well as the flat rides, the team time trials, the individual time trials, the road races, the criteriums, and that's just in the racing space. You know, when you go into the more social space, you've got the social rides, you've got the group rides, you've got the training rides as well. I mean, it's just such an incredible platform.
Yeah, it is. It's really it makes it exciting, and you know, and using the Discord app as well. A lot of guys, you can go ride with your buddies. So even if it is raining outside, it still feels like your mates are right next to you. I mean, yes, you can't have a coffee together after this, but you can have an awesome ride. You have a lot of banter, a lot of chatter on the Discord apps, and at the end of the day, you're still getting your workout, even though it's raining. We didn't have that in the past.
All right, so two of the Quebec ladies moving their way towards the finish line. Shoughton, the fourth member of Team Quebec.
So she's leading the road for them at the moment. So that's Sanel at the moment. She's about across the line. Bron about 8 seconds back. Then we've got Sonia, Lisa, Maria, and Letitia.
All right, so well done to first rider from Quebec. There's Lisa Cruz on the downhill now. She's taking a little cruise. Do you see what I did there?
Yeah.
She's cruising on the downhill.
There we go.
You saw what I did there.
There she is.
Minus 8%, absolutely flying down the hill at the moment. And really good to see her having so much fun out there. She's actually really funny, isn't she?
She is. She's actually a laugher. Yeah, just for, obviously we created a little group to get all the information to the girls and what we need from them, and the comments that were coming back, I liked her before I even met her.
All right, don't forget, guys, next week, Wednesday, and that will be our post-race rundown and prize giving. It's where myself and Alistair chat a little bit. Chantel comes on and tells us a bit about what's happening in the month of April. We bring in a guest speaker, and we do 1 or 2 prizes as well. We'll let you know more about those going into next week, but don't forget to join us next week, Wednesday. That is at 7 o'clock on our Instagram Live, where we'll be doing our post-series rundown and prize giving with you next week. All right, so I would guess that Bronwyn is finished. So I think what we're going to do is cut quickly across to the studio, if we can here, and just have a little chat with Bronwyn. We know Lisa and Letitia will still be riding, but it'll be good to get Bronwyn's feedback quickly and see how she's done out there today. She'll be absolutely exhausted, I'm sure. Bronnie, how you doing, girl? Did we work you hard today?
Coupled with other people.
She likes the bus.
Bron, tell us a little bit about that Smart Trainer, your first experience on that Tax Neo 2. It's very different to a stationary watt bike.
Yeah, very different. It was lekker. I enjoyed it. You can feel the course, especially the bumps. Yeah, it was very, very cool. Nice and responsive.
I see on the left of the studio there, you've got that little Quebecer bike. We brought it up there for you this morning for a little bit of motivation. You've just been so involved with the brand and just so passionate about the brand and changing lives with bicycles. It's just so cool to see you girls racing every week. Tell us a bit about your fourth member who wasn't in studio this morning. Tell us a bit about her.
Oh, Sanel. Yeah. She pretty much joined us a couple of months after we started racing. And she's been an absolute legend. She's a good climber. Couldn't catch her on the climb. She passed me. So that's her strength. So today was her race.
Well done, Sanel. Congratulations. And Lisa, just on probably just under 2 Ks from the finish line. Lisa, good girl. Don't talk, keep riding. Ladies, thanks so much for joining us in studio this morning. We hope you can join us for a coffee afterwards. But thanks for all that you do, and thanks for supporting Quebecer. We really do appreciate it. And thanks for giving us your time early this morning. And we'll see you soon. Thanks, girls. Bye, girls. Bye. Cheers, All right, so there it is. Time check for you, 28 minutes past 6 in the morning. It's been a good day's racing. Nice to see the South Africans getting up in the front in the men's racing and taking the win there. A very big shout out to all the international athletes joining us here on the Premier League. It's been so incredible having you here in the month of March, and we look forward to seeing you all again next week. And from our side, we'll get those results out early this morning and get them out on the platforms. Don't forget, results will be posted once they're verified onto www.premierleaguesa.co.za. And from my side, Max Kleur, and from Alistair Cronk. Right on, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.